Hello everyone, my name is Daisy. I am 38 years old and I work as a kitchen appliance salesperson. Welcome to spend another ordinary day with me. Recently, I have been learning more about everyday health management and has made me look at familiar routines in a new way. This morning, I came to the market to buy everything I would need for lunch. There were so many colors in front of me. Fresh peppers, leafy greens, corn, potatoes, and vegetables that had only just arrived. I used to choose food mostly by habit. Now I slow down and think about how the different ingredients will fit together. Some stalls were inside the market, while others were set up quietly along the street outside. I like buying from these small vendors. The vegetables are simple and fresh, and the morning always feels very close to real life. Back at the shop, I spread everything out and started washing the vegetables one by one. There was quite a lot to prepare, but I did not want to rush. Clean ingredients and a little patience are not complicated things, but they make me feel that I am taking good care of the people who will eat with me. I washed the grains, peeled the potatoes, and sorted the vegetables for each dish. Then came all the chopping. Some vegetables needed thin slices, while others only needed a simple cut. Preparing a meal like this takes time, but the repeated work is strangely calming. When my hands are busy, my thoughts often become quieter too. Today I wanted the meal to have meat, several kinds of vegetables, and whole grains without making any one part too heavy. I also weighed the meat before cooking. I am still learning, so measuring helps me understand what a comfortable portion really looks like. For me, this is not about making every meal perfect. It is about noticing the choices I used to make without thinking. Soon my friends arrived at the shop. Before lunch, we sat down together for a few simple health checks. We started with blood pressure. Everyone looked relaxed, but I think we were all a little curious about the numbers. We wrote the results down carefully instead of trying to remember everything later. One friend finished, and then another took her place. The whole process felt much easier because we were doing it together. Most days we can tell whether we feel tired or energetic. But there are many small things our bodies do not tell us directly. We also did a simple blood sugar check. Nobody enjoys the tiny finger prick, but it was over very quickly. While we waited and compared our notes, the shop became full of conversation and laughter. Learning about my health used to feel a little serious to me. Sharing the moment with friends made it feel more ordinary and less frightening. After the checks, I returned to the kitchen and began weighing the ingredients for each person. I measured the cooking oil too. A balanced meal does not have to mean removing everything we enjoy. I am trying to learn how much is enough. While still making food that tastes familiar and comforting. The pork and potatoes needed time to cook slowly, so I started them first. While they simmered, I moved onto the lighter dishes. Some vegetables only needed a short time in the wok. I wanted them to stay fresh and bright. Even the little one came over to watch for a while. A busy kitchen always seems to bring people closer. I mixed the shredded seaweed with fresh seasonings. Then prepared the edamame and leafy greens. One dish followed another, and the empty counter slowly began to fill. Cooking for several people can be tiring, but today I felt happy rather than rushed. Maybe it was because everyone was nearby, talking and helping in small ways. I divided the food onto separate plates so each person had meat, vegetables, and a suitable portion of grains. There was braised pork with potatoes, shredded seaweed, edamame, stir-fried lettuce, water, spinach, cherry tomatoes, and multigrain rice. It was a full table, but it did not feel heavy. I like meals with many, small colors and textures. They make eating slowly feel natural. Measuring each portion took a little more work than simply putting everything in the middle of the table. Still, I enjoyed seeing each plate come together. This kind of health management feels possible to me because it still looks and tastes like an ordinary home meal. After the lunch dishes were ready, we started preparing dumpling filling. I chopped the carrots, corn, herbs, and other vegetables into small pieces. Then we mixed them with the fresh meat filling. Making it ourselves meant I could keep the seasoning lighter and know exactly what had gone into it. But honestly, the part one enjoy most is not the careful measuring. It is the way everyone slowly gathers around when the filling is ready. Someone brings the wrappers. Someone finds a seat. And someone always starts folding before the others. There is no need to plan the conversation. It begins on its own. We sat close together and filled the wrappers one at a time. Some dumplings looked neat, and some had their own special shape. Nobody minded. Handmade food carries a little trace of every person who helped. Moments like this always make me feel warm. We are doing something ordinary, but nobody is in a hurry to leave. I think good habits are easier to keep when they leave room for friendship and enjoyment. If every healthy choice felt like a punishment, I do not think I could continue for very long. Today felt different. We measured carefully, cooked with fresh ingredients, and still laughed around the table. When the dumplings were cooked, we carried out plate after plate. Then we finally sat down to eat. After a whole morning in the kitchen, that first bite felt especially good. Nothing dramatic happened today. I simply paid a little more attention to myself and the people around me. And that felt like enough.